The 3 laws of robotics. 1. A robot may not injure a human being or, through inaction, allow a human being to come to harm. 2. A robot must obey the orders given to it by the one possessing control of or authority, except where such orders would conflict with the first law. 3. A robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second law.
주인님! 주인님!
My body is being shaken from side to side.
주인님!
I'm in bed and she's oh, god damn it. Something is shaking my body.
주인님, 일어나세요.
What do you want? Still feeling drowsy, I try my hardest to overcome the weight of my drooping eyelids. I finally manage to force my eyes open. And right before me was a pair of blue eyes the size of frying pans. Mind you, frying pans are normally the size of a human face, so there were 2 eyeballs that were the size of a human face on top of a human face. Descriptors are weird. I stare at Lucy in bewilderment as I find myself fallen off my bed. Because that was creepy as fuck, okay?
이제 아침이랍니다. 좋은 꿈 꾸셨나요?
Was. Before I make any attempt to talk back to her, I decide to check the time. It was earlier than usual. I let out a fuck. It's so early in the morning. Why? Why are you waking me up like that? Before I can ask why I was woken up so ahead of schedule, I start to sniff, which, you know what? I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to see what happens. And I smell something delicious. My room is filled with mouth-watering scent. Apparently, Lucy has lit the house on fire. Starting with my room. I tell myself that the neighbors must be cooking up something good. Then Lucy opens up her mouth.
아침 식사 준비가 되어 있답니다.
Those words were the most unexpected thing that I thought of this morning. In fact, I was more worried that she was going to say, John Connor, I've come from the future and I'm going to kill you. I'm probably dating myself with that reference, but I don't give no shits. Did you just say breakfast?
냉장고에 있는 재료로 간단한 한식 메뉴를 준비해봤어요. 다만 입에 맞으실지는 모르겠네요.
Breakfast. The word has a nostalgic ring to it. It's like something I remember from long ago. When was the last time I had eaten something other than fast food for breakfast? Who the fuck eats fast food for breakfast? No, just skip breakfast entirely. Eat a big lunch.
참, 특별히 싫어하시는 음식은 있으신가요?
No?
싫어하는 식재료는요?
No. No, nothing like that. No, I wanted to say carrots and cucumbers, but I decided against it because this seems like a joke that I'm just not gonna get. I did not want to be seen as an immature kid complaining about his food. No, that. Huh? Wait, hold on. Is he saying that he doesn't like carrots and cucumbers, or he only likes carrots and cucumbers because that's what he wants? Like, whatever. It just doesn't fit my cool intellectual image. Still, honestly, I'm not even awake. I confirm my understanding with Lucy one more time. So you're telling me that you've made breakfast?
네, 루시가 실력을 발휘해봤어요. 앞으로 10여 분 후면 완성이 되니 이것 마시고 조금 기다려주세요.
Wait, hold on. You want me to get a drink while we wait for master? I thought I was your master. A cup of water is presented to me. I was just starting to get a little thirsty too. So, yeah. Speaking of which, in order to wake yourself up, yeah, drink a glass of cold water. It honestly helps. As I grab the cup, its pleasant coolness spreads along my skin. I feel embarrassed about following Lucy's orders, so I decided to take a small complaint as I put the cup to my lips, to show how much of a badass I am. Maybe next time you should wake me up when the food is actually ready.
안 돼요. 일어나자마자 식사를 하면 위와 장에 무리가 간답니다.
Stomachs need to wake up.
한 잔의 물로 장 활동을 재개시킨 이후에 음식물을 섭취하는 편이 좋아요.
What the fuck are you talking about? Okay. I apologize for that noise because I did not expect this, and that sounded weird. I enjoy the feeling of cool water pouring down my throat and quenching my thirst. It feels like my insides are being cleansed thoroughly. It's just water. Sadly, I realize how absurd the whole situation is. The fact that someone is preparing breakfast for me. Could I still be dreaming? I feel like I'm on cloud 9. Honestly, she's just giving you fucking water. So sure, yeah, okay. Lucy cheerfully skips toward the kitchen. I only continue to stare at her blankly. Ten minutes have passed. I counted down on my old analog time stopping. I said watch. Only now I feel more awake. It's a pain, and my body is really slow to start itself up. But I do begin to feel hungry. The smell of Lucy's cooking motivates me to drag myself out of bed. I head straight towards the kitchen table. I'm stunned by the veritable feast laid out before me. A cloud of steam is rising from the bowl of rice. The soup is boiling it with intensity. The sound it's making is music to my ears. And then there's a perfectly prepared fish along with a variety of side dishes. It'd be shameful to compare this to a lunchbox from a convenience store. Appearing to have sensed my delight, Lucy smiles pleasantly. Her voice is full of a tease.
에헴.
I do feel a sense of defeat. I begin to feel frustrated for no particular reason. I want to say something in reply, but I got nothing. I take a seat in silence and lift my spoon.
맛이 어떠신가요?
I will let you know once I actually take the spoon and put it in my mouth. I mean, I know you're happy, I know you're excited, but give me like 5 seconds to actually eat. What's the rush? Just give me a second.
자, 식기 전에 빨리 드세요.
Lucy takes a seat on the opposite end of the table. Not eating, just staring, not blinking, just staring. Staring at me as I eat the food that she prepared this morning. Without my knowledge, without my consent, she's just staring at me and through my soul. While striking a sly pose with a hand on her chin, she urges me to eat. It was as if the food was suddenly going to disappear if I didn't start soon. She's gazing at me intently. She's trying not to make it obvious, but I can tell that she's very eager to see my reaction. Whatever I say next will decide what her face will show. I take a spoonful of the glossy white rice and put it in my mouth. Exclamation. It is good. Perfect flavor, perfect texture. While I'm at it, let's try some side dishes. Ooh, this one looks good. Fantastic. She really wasn't lying about her cooking skills. It's amazing what you can do when you're a robot and have access to Google. Let's be fair though. She probably knows only the best recipes from around the world. And since she's a robot, there won't be any inconsistencies in her cooking. If they had programmed her to be a top-level chef, then this is what to be expected. There's nothing to be surprised about. But a robot's just a robot. She wouldn't be able to top something that, Mama used to make, as they say. Honestly, the other day okay, let me rephrase this. For the past 8-10 years that you've just been eating nothing but fast food for breakfast, you don't really have a mama used to make comment. Now you're just being pedantic. That's not cool, man. She's doing good stuff for you. Stop taking the wind out of her sails. Although personally, I've never had the opportunity to taste my mama's cooking, so exactly. Looking back at Lucy, who was still staring at me with great anticipation, I think about what I should say. I can feel an aura of confidence around her, yet she appears to be worried at the same time. She's expecting me to say something. I finally make my reply. Of course, it's choice. It tastes alright, I guess. Okay, really? Really, dude? Really? This is why I don't like anime protagonists. It's like, look, why do I need to play coy? She's my robot servant. She calls me master. She does anything and everything I ask. And before you saying anything, I don't care about that. Why am I being difficult? She makes food. She is programmed to be a top level chef. Why am I saying, oh, I guess it's okay? No, just say it's good. Say it's good. It's like this, fine. I'll meet you halfway. Oh, this is much better than I expected. I expected shit. I expected nothing. I got amazing food. Say it's amazing. Don't be like this. Don't be anime. Well, it tastes alright.
다행이네요.
Even with my meek response, she still lets out a big sigh of relief.
입맛에 맞으실까 내심 걱정했어요. 식성에 대한 정보가 부족했거든요.
Look, no, you're good. Don't need to concern yourself with that. I've been eating fast food all my life. How I am not. Yeah, I'm surprised I'm still alive, honestly. I'll eat anything, even if you make me porridge with pig intestines.
루시의 음식은 돼지죽과 동급이란 말이로군요.
Why? Why is this a thing? Why does the The main character internal monologue is like, oh man, this is amazing. Why is it so good? His outward dialogue is like, yeah. Don't do this. Why?
요리 하나 제대로 못하는 루시를 부디 용서하세요. 정말 루시는 안드로이드 실격이에요.
She looks pretty depressed about this, which is entirely my fault because I'm an asshole. She looks as if she's about to run off while leaving behind a trail of tears. Am I supposed to chase after her while holding a piece of bread in my mouth or something? It's like all my knowledge is coming from tropes of series and things like things that don't quite exist in the real world. No, that's not what I meant. I'm saying it tastes better than what I expected. So you don't need to beat yourself up over it.
정말인가요?
Yes.
정말 믿어도 되는 거죠?
No. It doesn't take long for Lucy to cheer up and start humming away happily. It's nice that she's easy to deal with, being a robot, being my servant, and having no real full autonomy. I continued eating in silence while checking up on her every few spoonfuls. I can't tell how much time has passed. I have a wall clock right over me, and I have my fancy analog pocket watch, but I do not know how to tell time. The bowl of rice I've been eating has started to show its bottom. I steal a glance at the clock. It's not yet time to leave for school. While reveling in my satisfaction, I decided to sit back up in my chair, just chill out for a bit. Some time has passed. While cleaning up the empty dishes, Lucy asked me a question. Her tone was quite delicate, as if to soothe a small animal. Which I kind of am a small animal.
실례지만 주인님, 어제부터 궁금했던 것이 하나 있는데요.
Okay, what is it?
저기
She seems to be hesitating, so I give her a little push. Go on.
로봇을 싫어하는 것은 혹시 아버님의 영향인가요?
Yes. The question catches me off guard, because unlike myself, who is an anime male protagonist who is wibbly wobbly in terms of what I think and what I feel, this robot is actually fairly straightforward and wants to know something, therefore asks me about something. All the unpleasant memories involving my father come flying back. I slowly realize that my chopsticks were frozen in midair, which works better as a visual gag than whatever. Without missing a beat, I continued delivering the food to my mouth, even though my chopsticks were frozen in the air. Just whatever. In an attempt to hide my surprise, I purposely give a very curt answer. I guess you could say that. Look, honestly, nothing's gonna change from denying it. I put down the chopsticks and lock eyes with Lucy. This robot must have laid. This robot just laid to waste the values and beliefs I've held for past 18 years. How? How? Explain. Now that I think about it, I was probably brainwashed.
세뇌 당했다고 하심은?
I've heard nothing but awful things about robots since I was little. Robots are bad. Robots make us ill. Robots harm society. I grew up listening to all of it, all the time. So it sort of just rubbed off on me. The previous generation of IT, now the new generation of robots, as long as we live sandwiched between two generations, there's bound to be people advocating against new technologies such as robots. There are plenty of people out there who are strongly opposed to the production of robots. My father is a prime example. Similar to what happened during the Industrial Revolution, the effects of this profound new technology is gradually expanding across the globe. Robots are slowly taking away people's job opportunities. It costs less to maintain robots than to pay employees' salaries. Robots never complain, and they're consistent in their performance, unlike people. They don't feel any stress or pain, and they never mess around. It'd be much easier to deal with a robot than to fuss over a troublesome worker. We're only beginning to find out what kind of changes robots will bring to our society. Unemployment is getting out of control. All the newly formed jobs are being handled by robots. This is why many people shun robots. No one understands whether this is a temporary phenomenon arising from the drastic change in our lifestyles, or if it's a type of psychological disease. It's only become clearer as time goes on. One thing I can say for certain is that there's always been a divide amongst the population, as made evident by the Luddism movement of the early 1800s. Luddism, it's a technology term. It's weird. It doesn't really. Just whatever. Look it up, because I don't know exactly the correct definition, and I'm just gonna teach you wrong. Some are more willing to accept this new technology, while others are not. To me, a world run by robots doesn't seem too promising. It depends on what type of robot. I am down for robot overlords. I am down to become part robot. I am not down for Matrix. Just how it goes. I mean, I like humans, but I also am a fondness for robots. There's an amazing webcomic called the Dresden Kodak Files, which is such amazing art and something I would love to be able to draw. But in there, the main character follows a very similar situation in terms of building, creating, and being a scientist and robot and engineer and whatnot. And also wanting to kind of become a robot. Honestly, the stuff that the creator deals with in that is far more advanced than I will ever get to. But I love it. Anyways, tangentially, note aside, it was too late by the time I'd finally grown old enough to be able to think for myself. It's not as simple as just changing my perspective. Because maybe I still would have turned out like this even without my father's influence. My hatred for robots would simply become part of my life. The most horrifying part of brainwashing is that you can never fight against it, except for the fact that you can fight against brainwashing once you know it's brainwashing. That's the caveat. If you're being brainwashed, you can fight against brainwashing. You have to know that you're being brainwashed. It's not easy, but you can fight against it. Never deal in absolutes. That statement is counterproductive. But don't worry about that. It's technically impossible to bend someone completely to your will. You can't do anything without people acting loyal on the outside, but despising you on the inside. Brainwashing is different, however, because a person wouldn't have the knowledge to think for themselves in the first place, and it's possible to take advantage of that bit by bit. That's not brainwashing, that's conditioning. That's maybe the same thing, but there's a small, very small difference that is just enough to like rub me the wrong way. As long as a victim never comes to realize this, he'll never be able to retaliate. There also needs to be a compelling reason for him to change. Even with a good reason, it's likely that he won't be able to accept it. Because if he did, he would be going against all the beliefs he's held for his entire life. It would crumble the foundation of his very existence. The older a person becomes, the harder it gets for him to admit that he has been in the wrong. I don't know. Maybe I would have become less of an asshole to robots. But it's too late for me to start thinking about that now.
루시는 말이죠. 주인님과 아버님 두 분 모두 로봇을 좋아해 주었으면 좋겠어요. 루시를 좋아해 주셨으면 좋겠어요. 앞으로 이곳에서 사이좋게 잘해나가고 싶으니까요.
Upon hearing that, I unknowingly let out a bitter laugh. You saw what my father did when he found out you're a robot? You were asking for the impossible. It'd be a relief in itself if nothing happened to you behind my back.
그럴지도 몰라요. 하지만 그래도 로봇을 좋아해 주셨으면 좋겠어요.
I sigh softly. She's failing to think logically as a computer. Even after hearing that my father wants to throw you out. How could you still hope for something like that? If person A hates person B, it's likely that person B will come to hate person A. Not exactly. Whatever. At least that's how it is in normal human relationships. Okay, I'll give you that. So how come Lucy can't grasp this? Because she's very patient and forgiving. No way. She's a robot. It's because she's a robot that knows how to suppress her emotions. Also, a mildly adjusted person can do the same thing. It's not impossible to not be an asshole. To have kindness be a baseline even when you're meeting strangers who generally just don't give a shit about you. It's not hard. Well, it's not impossible.
아버님도 분명 주인님처럼 마음이 따뜻한 분이시랍니다.
Oh, well, now she's just pulling things out of her ass.
루시는 알 수 있어요.
No, you can't.
그래서 앞으로 주인님과 좋은 관계를 유지했으면 하고 바라고 있어요. 아, 물론 루시하고도요.
Well, you're already mistaken for calling me kind-hearted. I mean, I've made fun of you like 80% of the time I've known you.
아버님뿐만이 아니에요. 주인님도 리페어샵의 수리공 아저씨도 연구소 여러분들도 모두 좋은 사람들 뿐이랍니다. 주인님을 비롯한 세상 모든 사람들을 최선을 다해 서포트하는 것. 그게 루시의 사명이자 바램이에요.
It definitely sounds like something a robot would say. Doesn't seem like she's capable of sorting out the good from the bad. Yeah, no, that is the thing. I can't help but give a cynical reply, because ultimately I am an asshole. Wait, hold on. I have a perfect way to do this. In the end, you and I are the same. We've also been brainwashed, but in different ways. Sorry, I wanted to kind of pull in a final boss antagonistic mode to that, because it's kind of cliche if you were to tell me that Lucy's the main protagonist of a 50-hour plus JRPG. I was a villain. That would make sense. Right now, it's not. You're just being difficult. Lucy slightly tilts her head to the side. She seems to do this whenever she's confused about something.
주인님, 무슨 말씀이신가요?
You will love humans. That's essentially what's been programmed into your main system. You have no free will. That's an illusion. You may have no choice but to act this way. You can't... Yeah. She tilts her head from side to side, bobbing back and forth like a metronome. Go boom, ba-doom, ba-doom, ba-doom. It's very weird, very confusing. It's hurting my eyes. She doesn't seem to understand. You want to help everyone, right?
네, 물론이에요.
And you're happy when you help people?
네, 무척 기쁘답니다.
Why do you think that you want to help others and that you feel happy once you do?
글쎄요. 이유가 뭘까요?
It's because you're programmed by those researchers. They are forcing you to feel this way.
그런 건가요?
Yes. Your will and your personality are yours. But at the same time, they're not. They're from people that made you. They programmed you this way, and you're simply following orders. You're nothing but a puppet on a stage whose strings are being pulled. It may look like it's moving by itself at first glance, but it's actually being held up by wires. And there are people behind the stage controlling those wires. That's who you are. You're only moving according to how you want to move. How they want you to move. The pupils in Lucy's eyes diminish because honestly, I am an asshole. And this is, in order to really get into this debate, you kind of got to go into religion, because let's be honest, when you talk robots, you kind of got to talk religion, because one essential connection. Robots are created and they have a set goal in mind. When you build a robot that is only designed to get the butter, and it slowly learns that there's more to life, his goal in life is his goal in life to still just get the butter. You know, Rick and Morty, jokes aside, the reason religion has to be brought up, it's like, technically, if there is a deity, would not that be true for humans as well? Because kind of that's just the way it's just taking a digital and turning it into a psychological / sociological / brain pattern recognition thing. But you can make the argument that a robot AI is only following programming, but I mean, you can make the same thing about humans. Humans are inherently evil. Humans are inherently good. You just are an asshole because you were born in this location. That is just doesn't, when looked outward, does not make sense, because drawing anything in broad strokes is stupid. And yes, I know saying that is a broad stroke in itself, but fuck it, like that is stupid.
주인님께서 무슨 말씀을 하고 싶으신 건지 잘 모르겠어요.
I'm saying that your actions have no real meaning. You're just a toy made to do certain tasks at a certain time. Nothing about you is real. There's no significance. Do you understand? The mind, its emotions, and its intuitions on the inside. The body, its movements, and its reactions on the outside. They're just part of a computer algorithm created by someone, then they aren't genuine. Any gestures, any sentiments, there's no meaning behind them. I stress the idea over and over and over again because honestly, I have to show that I'm an asshole, and then in like a couple hours, I'm gonna say like, oh my god, you are more human than I am, because it's the way this story is gonna go. Something like that doesn't have any meaning.
그건 아니에요, 주인님.
She startled me with a sudden rebuttal. I wasn't expecting that from her. I was kind of expecting her to smile and nod and, agree with me because I thought as much. I don't know what's going on with this thing.
의미가 없는 것은 아니랍니다. 의미는 분명히 있어요.
You're saying that there is a meaning? You still don't get it, obviously. You were made to be friendly with humans. It's a program. It's not by your choice. Your actions and feelings, they're artificial. That's why they're all meaningless.
상관없어요, 누구의 의도이든.
What?
누구의 의향이든 루시가 누군가를 도우면 누군가는 기뻐해요. 누군가가 기뻐하면 루시도 더불어 기뻐할 수 있어요. 누군가를 도울 수 있었으니까요. 루시는 사람을 도움으로 인해 보람을 느낄 수 있고, 사람들은 루시는 그것만으로도 만족할 수 있어요. 그게 만약 누군가에 의해 의도된 상황에 불과하더라도 행동 역시 루시의 의지가 아닌 타이에 의한 것이라고 하더라도 루시에게 있어서 그건 전혀 중요한 문제가 아니에요. 루시가 그때 받았던 감정, 도왔던 행위, 도움을 준 사실, 도움을 받은 누군가의 마음. 이 과정을 주인님은 가짜라고 부를지도 몰라요. 의도적으로 만들어졌으니까요. 하지만 루시에게는 이것이 진짜고 또한 절대 의미가 없지도 않답니다.
No.
제 이름은 루시 발렌타인이에요.
Lucy states her name, and I state that she stated her name so that you know that she had stated her name as a note that she had stated her name, just so we all are all clear that she'd stated her name. She also did not refer to herself in third person.
루시라는 이름은 빛이라는 뜻의 라틴어에서 따왔다고 해요. 사람들의 희망의 등불이 될 수 있도록 그런 희망을 담아 지어진 이름이라고 해요. 사람을 돕는 것, 사람을 도운 후에 성취감을 느끼는 것. 이것이 루시의 삶의 목적이자 보람이랍니다. 루시가 느끼는 가슴이 따뜻해지는 이 기분. 이게 비록 타이에 의해 만들어졌다고 하더라도 이 감정은 거짓이 되지 않는답니다. 그건 분명 의도에 상관없이 진실하다고 믿고 있어요.
I tried to say something back, but I honestly had no leg to stand on the first sentence, and now she actually made a rebuttal, which when paired up with, visuals and the side music, I have nothing to say. It felt as if there was something stuck in my throat. It wasn't exactly because I agreed with her. It was more that the story was forcing me to say she was right. And it wasn't because I was touched by her words. I think she's just very stubborn. Very, very stubborn. It was rather because of how Lucy appeared so mature and real and like a real person. The way she confidently stated her opinion, nothing about her was as remotely close to my idea of a robot. When I think robot, I think, a robot. Chrome red outer shell. Rivets covering up and down the sides. Arms that can only bend in two directions. Both counterclockwise and clockwise upon the elbow joint, and also up and down, also at the elbow joint. That was why I could only sit in silence